Subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss another update from India Forums.
It was not meant to be a big controversy, but it became one.
टीजे ने बिग बॉस को एक ओपन लेटर लिखा है कि जो हमारा और आपका जो इंटरेक्शन है जिसको कतई पसंद नहीं है ये.
People don't understand how badly the people outside are affected. People are exploding and saying all sorts of things.
भाई मैं आज भी समझा रहा हूँ आपको, अभी भी समझा रहा हूँ और इसके बाद भी समझाऊंगा. बीच में चाची वाला काम करना छोड़ दो.
Is this supposed to be entertaining? The meaning of entertainment and content, the line is becoming blurred. When I say a person is like this because of one thing that I am shown, hum sabse little boss hain, please. There is nobody at this point who you would say this is the obvious winner.
Bigg Boss 12 contestant Karanvir Bohra's wife Teejay Sidhu was recently roped in by us, where we had a chat with Teejay talking about her open letter, KV's game and a lot more. So let's begin. How's the show going according to you?
My God knows what's happening in the show, I think, because we don't. I'm just watching it and I'm just seeing, we still have one more month left. I think it's just become such a tough situation. People are exploding and saying all sorts of things. I'm just wondering that, is this supposed to be entertaining? I think that the meaning of entertainment and content, the line is becoming blurred. I think maybe the contestants themselves. So I'm just really confused, myself. I don't know, what are we supposed to do for content? What are we supposed to do for entertainment? And I think the contestants are also confused that how are we supposed to entertain people? Because whatever they're singing, dancing, doing fun stuff that I love seeing. I see it all on Voot. And I love the content on Voot. It's very different from what we see on the main episode. So the show has just gotten very, very confusing for me, actually.
Your take on the open letter you wrote for Karanvir, which didn't go down well for him?
I feel like we live in a democracy, so we have a right to question a process. We're allowed to raise questions. And when I wrote the letter, there was no personal attack on anybody. There was no bad language. It was not done in a way that somebody should feel bad about it. It was because I was feeling bad about something. And there was some clarification that I wanted. And when you're in a reality show, I think people don't understand how badly the people outside are affected. We are a part of this until the end also. Unfortunately, we are also we get dragged into these things. And then as a wife, when you see something like this, and it was fine for a long time. I took it sportingly also. I thought KV also did. But there was just that one episode where I thought, okay, it's maybe now I wonder if there's something more to it that, we don't know about. And, I had a few questions that I wanted answers to. And that's all there was in the letter, I think. When it was conveyed to KV, he thought it was, different from what it was. And of course, he would react that way because he doesn't know. They have no idea what is happening outside the house. And he was probably, he probably was wondering, like, why would she do something like that? Because he doesn't know how it was written, how it was conveyed. He has no idea. So I don't blame him for his reaction. He's reacting to what he's being told. So, which is fair for him. But as a wife, when you see something wrong, of course you will stand up and do what you think is right. And there have been times in the past since the show has started, where I've gone against KV also, where he has done something wrong, and I said, no, that's not right. So when I feel like I need to stand up for him, I will do what I think is right. I don't need to take his permission for that. I don't need to ask. I did what I felt at that time, and I didn't think that I was hurting anybody with it. I just wanted to ask a few things.
He had to apologize to Salman on national television. Your take on that?
I think it's totally okay that he apologized. And the one thing is that because, we're close to Salman's parents, which he mentioned in the show also. We have a relation with them. And that I didn't realize that maybe they would feel hurt by that. And for that, I also feel sorry because I would not want Salman is their son, so I would not want anyone to feel that their child is intentionally targeted. That was never the intention. And when I wrote it to a team, I meant like whoever prepares the content, this, that. It was not actually intended that Salman Khan is doing it. So, it was not meant to be anything hurtful. It was not meant to be that way. So I also didn't think that it would become a big thing, that it would become a movement. I was just trying to just put my little voice out.
You sort of became a trendsetter since after you, Shoaib, Manish and Bhuvneshwari, all of them wrote letters.
Everybody's written letters, which is okay. I would say that, if you want to ask questions, ask them in a fair way, ask them in an honest way, ask them in a way where you're not hurting other people. So, if people are writing letters, then let them write them. That's totally fine. And I've not actually read their letters, so I don't know what they said or how they said it. That's up to them.
Did Srishty's eviction come as a shock to you?
Of course. I've seen so much of her stuff on Voot. She was so entertaining. But then, see, this is why it confuses me. If that was not entertainment, what is supposed to be entertainment? Srishty was a good, kind, decent human being. She didn't use abusive language. She didn't get overly aggressive. That is not her nature. You can't change who you are when you're in a house, like however you are. Maybe your nature might be amplified a bit, but I don't think that you change so much. So I don't think that she is that type, and maybe that this is not a platform for people like Srishty who are genuine, like really good human beings. I think that, it was a surprise to me. It was actually really shocking to me that she went out so soon. I would like to have seen more of her in the show. I loved her content.
Karanvir is now alone considering Deepika has kind of sidelined him. What do you think?
I think that we are going by what we see in the show. So we are shown this much. There was also a round which was not shown on TV when they had a Colors family episode where Sudhvi Jyoti, Anita Hasnandani, they had guests in the show. And they had asked KV, what would you do if you were invisible? Whose life kiska jeena haram karoge? He said, it would be Deepika. I would go in the kitchen, I'd do this. And she was laughing. And that didn't seem like animosity to me. That seemed like a light-hearted moment. She was laughing and he was laughing and whatever. And these are the same two people. She was teaching him how to make parathas. And when he didn't turn on the gas. So those are the things that I keep in my mind, that I've seen them have good moments in the show. So I'm being shown something. I can't see I can't say a person is like this because of one thing that I am shown. I know there's a lot of things that we don't see because of editing or whatever, however the show is projected. So I can't really say anything about that are they friends or aren't they? I've seen a lot of good moments between them. And from now till the end of the show, dynamics keep changing. So I have to keep watching.
Karanvir has got this chugli chachi. Your take on that?
Okay, I've not seen hashtag chugli chachi. I think that when one person talks to somebody to resolve something, then goes to tell somebody else to resolve something, it might be interpreted as chugli chachi because he doesn't yell and say, how could you say? He's not a fighter by nature in that sense of the word. He would like to resolve things peacefully and calmly, and maybe that's called chugli, I don't know. So I think what he's doing it the right way. He is trying to speak to people. He's trying to keep the peace. He's been trying to do that since the beginning of the show, and I feel proud of him for that.
Sreesanth and Karanvir's equation has seen its high and lows. What's your take on the current equation?
Again, like I said, we have 5 weeks left. Equations in the house keep on changing. We don't know, they could come out of the house as best friends. So to say, okay, this is not, there's a lot of things in the house that are not right. And I feel like it's not only Shri the only one that he's doing something wrong. Everybody does. So to say that, okay, only KV, Shri do it, it happens. There's so much stuff that's happening in the house that, that gets sidelined or that they don't bring attention to. So for that reason, again, like I said, I don't know is there something good about them that's not being shown? Are we just shown these negative parts? So I don't know what to say about something like that because I don't know. I am not in the house, so I don't know the truth about the house.
According to you, who do you think should KV trust?
Everybody is in the show to win. Of course, everybody's there to compete. So I feel that everybody should keep, task ek jagah, dosti ek jagah. Be friends with each other. But when you play with competitive spirit. Play to win. So that way, when you're in the task, you can't trust anybody. You have to just get in there, give it your best effort, play for yourself. But keep your friendships also. I think because what you want to do is make sure that you do build relations in the house also. Don't let this whole experiment be a waste where you went into a show and you come out all bitter and angry, because that eventually happens in reality shows. I would say everybody to keep a calm head, be smart about these things and realize that when you're doing something for a task, it's just it's a contest, you're being competitive. Otherwise, try to build relations also. That's what you keep with you at the end of the show.
Salman told Karanvir on the Weekend Cover episode after addressing about the open letters saying, "Weekend pe kitna dikhte ho and week mein kitna dikhte ho." Your take on this?
I think jitna dikhte ho, wo to, that's up to the channel. I've seen on Root kitna dikhte ho. It's all KV. Whether he's dancing, he's doing a little skit, he's doing a play, he's washing dishes and he's making it fun. He was with Jasleen, Rohit, Srishty. They're doing and acting a little scene where Shri was a producer and Deepak was an actor, and Deepak started laughing and Shri said, "Arey, producer ka paisa dub gaya." So there is so much fun stuff that happens, So agar KV nahi dikhta, I don't know why nahi dikhta. I don't know why they're not showing more of him. That's not in KV's control. He's giving his best to the content, and I see tons of his content.
As a viewer, who do you think is the most manipulative?
Honestly, I don't see anybody as the most manipulative. I just see a bunch of people who are trying to play the game and everybody's there to win. I don't see, sometimes there's people strategizing. I don't see any major masterminding happened. I saw in one episode where KV did, he maneuvered the task, he helped his team win, which is good. He was thinking and sorting out in his own mind that how do we win it, and I give him credit for that, and I give credit to other people also when they perform well, they come up with a strategy. So who is the most manipulative? I think everybody's honestly, I think everybody is just really trying their best. It's not easy being in that house. It's not, you're away from all sense, all reason. Everybody who might be able to give you some guidance or help, nobody is there. And so it gets really, really hard. Now I'm starting to be in this place where even when somebody says something, I feel bad for everybody because they don't know what they're doing. They can't help what they're saying. They're blowing up in that house. So no manipulation. I think people are just trying to get through one day at a time. No, nobody. And at this point, usually people say, this is a clear-cut winner. This one, there is nobody at this point who you would say, this is the obvious winner. I like, of course, my support is with KV. I like the way he's playing. I like how he's becoming strong. So, of course, I would like to see him win. But other than that, anybody's game.
Who do you think will be the top 5?
You know what? Honestly, I'll tell you, if KV continues to play strong, I see him in the top 5. But other than that, everybody is all over the place. Again, I feel like there's a struggle for content, for entertainment. That is a fight that's happening. Who can give most content? Who can give better entertainment? I'm so confused myself. I have no idea who could be in the top 5. It could be anybody.
Any message for the fans clarifying about the open letter?
It was not meant to be a big controversy, but it became one. I just want to say thank you to everybody for all your love and support. I felt that after I wrote the letter, there was a lot of support, which I didn't expect. And then it made me feel like I was not alone in this. That, a lot of people felt the same way. There were other things in the letter that were not brought up in the weekend show. So there were other small points too. And I feel like because I got so much support, because everybody said that we were also feeling this way, I'm just grateful for that. Because it's hard being on the outside and watching it when you don't know what's happening. And if everything was okay, then, I'm just going by how I saw KV, and I just did whatever I thought was right at that point in time. But I am grateful. I'm so grateful that people understood the intention behind it. हम सबसे little boss हैं, please. Big boss तो ऐसा नहीं कुछ. But I think जब कोई किसी की फैमिली जाती है शो के अंदर, everybody gets involved. So it is a big boss inside, outside. We are all part of it. Even if we don't want to be, we are part of it. We can't help it. And like you mentioned earlier, there were other letters also. So other people are also feeling a lot of things that they want to get out. So there's something happening outside. It's happening everywhere. It's not just in my house. It's not just with me. Every single contestant is facing that. So yes, all the little bosses are nothing in front of this big boss.
Hi, I'm Karanvir Bohra and you're watching me on India Forums. Keep watching and keep loving IF.
Now, how much did you guys enjoy this interview? Do tell us. Also tell us who according to you would be the top 5 this season. Ashima Chawla, Pooja Mahajan, camera person Mangesh, India Forums, Mumbai.